Hey everybody, Cowboy Brett coming to you from the Alfalfa Bale studio with a tall tale today. It's coming up on Halloween and I've got a Halloween story to share with you. When I was in the third grade in Medill, Oklahoma, Mrs. Morgan's class, my mother was involved in the PTA down there. She and a couple of friends of hers, she had a tight group of ladies that were in the parent teachers organization down there. And so they did our annual fundraiser and stuff like that for the PTO. And they do an annual carnival. And man, as a kid, we thought that was the coolest thing in the whole wide world because you'd be able to trick or treat through the local armory, and they had all kinds of booths set up for us and stuff like that. And man, it was just a great time. Well, to promote it, they brought a special guest in one day during class, and it happened to be the Headless Horseman. And so this one lady, Willadine, she comes walking in with the Headless Horseman in arms, and he had his head in the arm of his arm there, and he's walking arm in arm with Willadine, going through the classes with the kids because obviously he can't see anything, doesn't have a head, it's right there in his arms. So she's walking down the aisles, and as she walks down, not on the aisle on this side of me, but on this side of me, and you guys all know how these old school desks were, right? This is before we had the tables and everything like that. So we had the old school desk that you had to slide into one side of the chair, and it had a arm over here that held the desk in front of you attached to your chair, right? And so as they walk down my aisle, as they're getting closer and everything, I start crawling out of my chair, and I'm getting over here on this side of the aisle. And so now I've got the whole desk between me and them, right? So they come on by, and they go on by, and I'm kind of crawling back into my thing, and they go on down the next aisle. Well, I hear later that Willadine took the same Headless Horseman into my sister's class. Now, she was in the first grade. And then when they walked down her aisle, she didn't have an opportunity to be able to get out of her desk like I did. Instead, she dove under it and squirreled out from underneath that sucker and took off and was gone. Didn't want to have anything to do with it. So as this Headless Horseman is coming down my aisle, and I'm looking at it, I'm going, man, he has got the same green coveralls that my dad has, and those Wells Lamont gloves, those leather work gloves, man, those are the same kind my daddy wears. This is weird. I mean, weird. So I get home that night, and my sister and I, we get home, we ride the bus, and live 7 miles out of town. So we come in off the bus, and Mom was like, "So how's school today, kids?" And we're like, Mom, throwing books and backpacks everywhere. You're not going to believe this. The Headless Horseman showed up at school today, and he came down my aisle, and he scared us, and I jumped out of my seat. And Tammy's like, man, I just dove underneath the desk, and off I went. I was not, they scared me. And so Mom's just, okay, man, that's really good. And she's doing a really pretty good job of holding it in. It was probably a couple years later that we found out that it was actually her in that suit with my dad's green coveralls and his Wells Lamont work gloves. And so anyway, just kind of let you guys know what we get to deal with. This is where I get all of my terrorizing and the training that I earned as a child, because I had good examples and good leadership to follow, because they taught me everything that they know. Not everything, because she's still pretty good at it. But anyway, just so you have an idea of what I'm talking about, there is a picture of Mom as the Headless Horseman. How about that, huh? So that's what I got to grow up with and shape my future. So that's what you get. Here I am. Anyway, hope you enjoyed that. If you got a Halloween story, let me know about it. Look forward to hearing about it. But if you like the story, be sure and like the channel, like this video, share it with your friends, and be sure and subscribe for me. In the meantime, this is Cowboy Brett coming to you from the Alfalfa Bale studio, where fortunately I haven't seen any Headless Horsemen today.